Hi, this is the Breakfast Club. It's China Tavon. ID number 233-98825.
Ian Van London. My ID is 234. I can never remember after that.
It's okay.
25669. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so have you had a test yet? And have you ever like turned an essay, and how did the test and essay go for you?
Yeah, I've had a couple of tests in math and Spanish, and I turned in an essay in English, and they both went great. So.
That's good. I've had a lot of tests. I've had 5 tests, and probably like a lot of like 3 essays, and I've turned them all in and got good grades on all of them. The major one was it was 2 major ones. It was my Math 100 AX exam, and I got like 400 something topics on it, so that's pretty good. And then I also took my Spanish exam, and I have a B on that. Have you received the grade you were not happy with? What went wrong?
No, I haven't. So I guess nothing went wrong.
I haven't received the grade that I wasn't happy with. Hopefully I don't, and nothing went wrong. Have you received the grade you were excited about? What went wrong?
I don't really get excited about grades.
Well, what went right?
So I guess I just did my work and that went right. So.
Yeah, I really don't focus too much on the grade. I just focus on what the requirements are for the assignment in order to get a good grade. So it's not like if I get a bad grade, I'm sad, or I get a good grade, then I'm happy. It's just like if you follow the correct steps, you'll get a good grade. And then I expect to get a good grade, so I follow the steps.
Yeah.
What has surprised you academically since you have been at the U of A? What do you feel high school has not prepared you for in terms of academic success?
Well, my high school was really weird. We did a lot of, an excessive amount of reflections and philosophical things that just were, especially in topics like math, were a waste of time. And I'm pretty sure that's why I'm in 100 AX. I'm doing really well in it, so I don't feel like I belong there. I'm almost done. So other than that, I mean, not a lot. English class was pretty prepared. So.
That's good. Me, same thing. For like all my classes, basically prepared me to come to college, except for my English class because my teacher was too like relaxed. He would never give us essays. We only had 1 paper, and it was a 2-page paper to do. But in college, we write a lot of papers, and I know like the form and format for the paper to write. I'm not used to writing long papers, so I think that my English class in high school could have helped me but more. But some other classes, I think I'm well prepared for. What's your favorite class right now, and why? What is your favorite, or what is your least class right now, and why?
Probably English is my favorite, just because I like to write, and probably Spanish is my least favorite. Not because I don't respect Spanish. I can't really write it or speak it fluently. I can understand it just fine. I can read it and understand someone speaking it fine. It's just harder to write and speak.
I would say journalism is my favorite class because like it deals with the news today and how to like actually write a news report, and I just find that stuff interesting. But my least favorite class would have to be English because of all the assignments we do and all the homework we get. It says, after your initial discussion, identify 3 strategies are helpful. Have you found each strategy helpful? The strategies we learned in the PowerPoint this week?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty baseline stuff. It's like the SAS supplementary class for Math 100 AX. It's always like something that's blatantly obvious, but you want to think about anyway. So it's always a good idea to just review that for yourself, and they're usually helpful when you think about it, but it's even more helpful when you do it automatically and you don't have to think about it.
Right, I agree, because like if you get into the habit of doing things the right way, then you will like rarely do anything wrong. So you just got to make sure that you're doing everything correctly. Some people mess up, that's fine, but just get in the habit of doing the right things and like good ways and manners to get good grades and stay on top of your stuff. And have you seen demonstrable success with strategies?
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, really, like good habits breed good habits and breed good results. So as long as you stay on track and don't get distracted or sidetracked or fall into bad rhythms, you mostly just do everything correctly. I mean, it's not rocket science, whatever that catchphrase is. But it's pretty simple. You follow the code, you follow whatever it tells you to do, and that's pretty much all it takes.
Okay. How do you plan to use this new strategy?
I don't even know if it's a new strategy, to be honest. I mean, it's just, again, a lot of my high schooling was like the same. It was just the common work. That's just what you did. Like, you think about things and you analyze them. We did a lot of critical thinking exercises in my high school, so it was like all these strategies that I'm hearing about, I've already heard hundreds of times times before, so it's just automatic.
Yeah. I've already been using them. My grades show it off, but not trying to brag or anything. But it's just like, it's something you get used to doing. It's not like something you have to switch into doing unless you were having like recent issues. So it's pretty much part of how I like go through school and do homework. How does this plan either work or contradict the 3 strategies you have been using?
I mean, it kind of works with them. I think each strategy and each habit has its own advantage and disadvantage. Like for instance, I'm a really heavy procrastinator, and a lot of people who procrastinate say they work well under stress, and then they don't. I think I honestly do. When I feel the pressure, it's like if I feel like I have to get something done, it's much easier for me to do it well. So that's why oftentimes when I have like an essay or something like that, I'll still get an A even though it was my first draft.
Yeah, that's definitely me. Like a rough draft, if you get it, I feel like I try to plan it out, but I feel like once it's planned out, I'm left with like nothing to do, and the paper won't be as good. So I kind of try like to wait, not until like the last minute to do it, but just like kind of close to the due date in order to make sure that everything is perfect. And it says, what strategy would you like to adopt from your peers and why?
I don't know. I don't even know if I would like to be honest, because everyone has their own way of doing schooling and learning and thinking about things. So if you try and mimic somebody and it doesn't work for you, you're kind of stuck in a rut then, because you do all this work and you fall into these habits that you think are helpful, and when they turn out to be hurtful, you're kind of still stuck doing those habits, and then you fall into something that it's really hard to climb out of. So I don't even know if adopting a strategy from peers is a wise idea, unless you really know it works for you.
Yeah, I agree, because everybody has their own way of doing things, just like you said, and you just have to find something that works for you, and everything doesn't work for everybody, so you just have to find it, like, kind of find that balance for yourself. And if you would like to try somebody else's strategy, then you could try it and then just go back to your old ways and see if you like it. But it's always good to try like new strategies to see what helps you more and stuff like that. And that's it for this video.